This is Chuck Clayton, and I'm here to discuss my book, The Rediscovery of Common Sense. It's a guide to the lost art of critical thinking. Now in this section, I'm going to be talking about Chapter 1, which is key elements to critical thinking. What are these key elements? Well, first, a curious and open mind. Next, thinking through issues. Third, analyze issues from multiple viewpoints. Fourth, doing needed investigation. And finally, intuitive and non-intuitive thinking. Now, to give you a little better description of what this chapter is about, let's talk about thinking through issues, which is a cornerstone of critical thinking. Lower order thinking is all about rote memorization, association, and drill. Higher level thinking, i.e. critical thinking, is all about thinking through issues. Consider buying a car. When you think through it and do your homework, in the end, you'll be much happier with your purchase 6 months, 2 years down the road. Let's talk about the process of thinking through an issue, and then we're going to give an example. First, facts and data are gathered. Then, assumption and risk are considered. Finally, an informed decision is made and appropriate action is taken to achieve a goal. This systematic process is known as a stream of logic. The more critical the challenge, the more thinking is required. Now let's look at a real-world example. Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay were the first to successfully climb Mount Everest and return alive. Hillary paid close attention to the smallest details. For example, he invested a full day checking oxygen cylinders and determining flow rates. He was gathering facts and data. He understood that carefully thinking through their objective could be the difference between life and death. Having enough oxygen to make the round trip would be essential, an assumption, because it was critical for survival, the risk. Due to his understanding of the oxygen needs for the journey ahead and always observant, Hillary spotted half-empty oxygen bottles along the way. He decided to pick them up for later use. After Hillary and Norgay reached the summit of Mount Everest, they changed their almost empty oxygen bottles for the bottles they had picked up. Before we leave this section, I want to ask one final question, and that is, can critical thinking skills be improved? The answer is simply yes. We are all different. Age, IQ, upbringings, and a sundry of other factors make us quite different. Also, how we learn is incredibly different than anybody else. Having said that, the ability, the willingness to get out of our box and learn and grow by thinking through issues, striving to make great decisions, will help create a better life for ourselves. In the next videotape, we will be talking about Chapter 2, which is landmines to critical thinking. Stay tuned.